Hey Kids Life, and welcome to our series Hebrews, Heroes of the Faith. In this series, we're going to be taking an in-depth look into some of the famous Bible characters in the Old Testament. They are known as the great cloud of witnesses because of their obedience and faithfulness to God's plan and God's way. They achieved great and mighty and excellent things in God's name. Having faith pleases God because it means a couple of things. Number one, that we believe He actually exists. And number two, that we trust Him, even though things might not make sense at times. And we can be encouraged by our great cloud of witnesses because of their faithfulness and obedience to God through tough times. We can draw strength from that and encouragement. Kids Life, are you ready to dive into some games and some crazy stories? Because I am! Woo! Let's go!
Hey guys, this game is called Nose Catch.
Nose catch!
And what you're gonna need are some cotton balls, some string, and then some pieces of tape like this.
Oh my.
So what you're gonna do is you're going to tie a cotton ball to the end of the string like this.
Done.
And then you're gonna take a piece of tape and make it into a loop so that the sticky side's on the outside. And then you're gonna stick the loop on the end of your nose. And this is where you are trying to get the cotton ball to stick to. So the aim of the game is to put this string into your mouth and then launch the cotton ball up onto the tap. And the person who can do it the most times before the time runs up wins. Ready? Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Go! Kids Life, ow, that was really tough to do. I hope you had just as much fun as we did. This is not my favorite sport, but it was up there. Thank you. Thank you for playing with us. Let's go see what our friends are doing. Not the smoothest landing, but...
Hello, the dentist.
Etiquette. Did you get the call to come back to base as well? What appears to be the emergency?
Well, it appears that all superhero identities may have been compromised.
What?
All superhero identities may
No,
have been...
I heard you, but what do you mean, compromise? Who did this? Are we in danger? What does it mean now? Do we know anything?
Just that everyone has been compromised.
Compromise? Well, what do we do then?
I'm thinking plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery?
Everything has to get done.
That sounds excessive and expensive. What about our names?
Oh, well, I mean, I'll add that to the list.
The list? There's a list?
Yes, we have to take this seriously. I'm also thinking a diet. Do you think bigger or smaller?
Your body?
Yeah, and I have to change my height.
Your height? Is that even possible?
And I'll have to change my fingerprints. And did you know that my earlobes are also a unique kind of fingerprint?
I understand fingerprints, but earprints?
Yes.
What?
I mean, everything has to be changed.
Everything?
Everything. You're going to have to change your teeth and get dentures.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
But my teeth are my treasure.
You're gonna have to let them go.
No! Mom! No!
Oh my word, KidsLife. Identity's compromised. How awful. I hope our heroes won't have to change their faces. Well, we'll find out what they decide very soon. Right now, let's get into our Bible story. God had promised the Israelites that he would give them the land of Canaan. They were so close, just on the other side of the Jordan River. All they had to do was cross it and defeat the people that lived there. Joshua sent 2 spies into the city of Jericho, and they stayed at the house of a woman named Rahab. The king of Jericho found out that the spies were staying with Rahab, and he sent his men to find them. Rahab had heard about everything God had done for the Israelites in bringing them out of Egypt and defeating all their enemies, and she believed that the Lord was their God. When the men arrived at her house, she told them they'd left and they could catch them if they hurried, but she had actually hidden them in the roof of the house. Before they went to sleep that night, she went to the spies and said, "I know the Lord has given you this land. Please be kind to me and my family, as I have shown kindness to you." "Our lives for your lives," the spies said. "If you don't tell of what we are doing, we will treat you kindly and faithfully when the Lord gives us this land." So she led the spies down a rope through a window and told them to head for the hills where they won't be found. When they'd left, Rahab tied a red rope to her window so the Israelites would know which house was hers. After the Israelites crossed the Jordan River, they came near Jericho, which had a huge wall around it. As they came closer, God appeared to Joshua and said, "I have delivered Jericho into your hands along with its king and fighting men. March around the outside of the wall once each day for 6 days. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times. Then have the priests blow the trumpets. All the people will shout, and the walls of Jericho will fall down. The Israelites can then take the city." So Joshua and the Israelites did as the Lord had said. For 6 days they marched around the wall in silence, and on the 7th day they marched around the wall 7 times. Then the priests blew their trumpets, and Joshua said, "Shout, for the Lord has given you this city." The people shouted, and the walls of Jericho came down. The 2 spies went to Rahab's house and brought her and her family out. Then they destroyed and defeated the city of Jericho. Rahab was saved because of her faith in God.
No! Why did I become a superhero? I want my teeth! I don't want to give up my teeth!
We all have to get rid of our teeth.
You don't understand!
Oh, what else?
Ah! Get back, you fiend!
Dad, what was that for?
You're making me get rid of my teeth!
Whoa! It's me!
Oh my goodness!
Babs?
How did you do that?
What a brilliant disguise!
I know, pretty cool, right? The big boss sent him to me, and he's sending them to everyone. And he says, Don't worry, I've got it all under control. Just trust me.
Yes! Yes! Fantastic news!
Oh, wow, we should have known. All we have to do is trust the big boss and his perfect plan, and he'll see us through just like he always has.
Ah, yes. Go, Team Heroes of Faith! Oh, yes!
Joshua and the Israelites were faithful and obedient to God's instructions that he gave them, even though it wasn't at all what they had planned. Marching around a city for 7 days is not what the Israelites had imagined would actually win a battle. But that's the thing about God's plan. It always goes above and beyond what we might ask or think or imagine, and the outcome will always be better when we go by God's way. Jesus taught his disciples to be different, not to follow the world, but to follow him. And when we follow him and when we obey God's way, we will find victory with every battle we face, just like Joshua did. Are you ready, Kids Life? Memory verse time. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because those who come to him must first believe he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. Kids Life, that's it from us again. What? That went by so quick. Can't wait to see you next week. Be safe, have fun, worship God, follow him. See you, bye. Woo!